Previously on Tynesha Talks, I linked up with some dope Atlanta-based creators to talk about love, sex, dating, and relationships. Well, things got a little bit heated.
That's the cap right there.
I'm not done, yeah.
You're interested in pursuing me, you should be thoughtful.
Hopefully, we can get it together for part 2.
But y'all more worried about y'all fucking feelings.
Okay, so pause.
I'm not done, stop.
Or maybe not.
So the question is monogamy realistic for everyone in 2022?
No, it's not. I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. There's a lot of toxicness in the atmosphere. I absorb it every day. I would step out of my home, step back inside my home to just recalibrate. There's a lot of toxicity, however you say the word. I think back to when I went to my friend's 30th birthday party and her mom and my mom were talking like, dating is just not the same for you guys these days, huh? Isn't it? I was like, no, like it's hard to really connect with somebody and just genuinely just give yourself to them, and then when you finally give yourself to them, it's just like, oh, never mind, I forgot. I'm talking to this other girl, did I tell you that? It's just like, yo, like when can we go back to the 90s love?
I feel like for a man, you really have to find someone that he's really interested in. Looks, physical, connection, and everything. I feel like if those things are matched, I feel like a man would be perfect. But I feel like these days, there's certain things that come into play where women not being themselves, things that happen, and they're like, oh, this ain't the girl I thought I was talking
I would like you to elaborate on some of that.
On what?
So how are women not being themselves, and what are some things that are descriptions that you're mentioning?
Because y'all go into it being like, you know, something this too good to be true, or this man ain't doing.
But that's your assumption.
No.
A lot of women do.
No, that's a lot of
If you being treated well and used to some toxicity stuff that you've been seeing in these streets, and then a man come to you be like, yeah, you know, I'm all about you. You know what I'm saying?
But
you be like, damn.
What's
like,
the catch?
What's the catch? So it's like, we have to be like, damn. Like,
Preach.
you know what I'm saying?
Preach.
So it's like, that affects how we move forward with you. You have to get through all of that for us to receive you at 100%.
Let me keep it 1,000 with y'all, man. Women play games.
Tell me.
But y'all don't play games?
When I catch a woman playing games, as soon as I spot it, it's over. Now it's like, okay, I actually did like you. Because you're playing games, I just want to bust a nut and keep pushing.
Bust down.
Because
Why don't y'all just move forward instead of doing that?
because y'all thought that y'all could outsmart us. Like you were trying to play by yourselves from the beginning.
You know what's up.
The sad part is that if you actually kept it real and was you, I'm more likely to protect that because you're being vulnerable with me. And my job as a man is to protect the girl that I like. But the moment that I realize that you're playing.
I have a question. What do you consider playing games?
Not being yourself, faking to be
Yo,
who you think we like.
So the reason why, if I could just preface this, the reason why I ask is because there's some men who get frustrated that a woman makes them wait for sex, for example. So wait.
No, because that's y'all's goal. That's the thing. Let's take that away.
Wait.
Let's make it simple.
Listen, this is relevant to the conversation.
It is.
So men will see a woman being hesitant about having sex as her playing.
But you're justifying
Wait
a lot
second.
you're justifying a lot of women's.
Sir.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So men will see whatever reason a woman doesn't want to have sex at the time the man wants to have sex. So they'll be like, okay, you're playing games. Now I'm gonna pretend I like you just to smash you because it's like a conquest at that point. Like I have a point to prove.
But the point is, women that play games to hold out on sex, y'all done busted back for Pookie and Ray Ray. Facts! Now that we are good men, you see this man making whatever, this man is doing that. Now you're like, okay, I'm gonna make him wait because I want to see this go.
But wait.
And on top of that, we not. No. It's not. A lot of guys do their background. A lot of guys do their background research on the girl. Standard, if a guy follows you on Instagram, he's looking at who you have in common with him. Standard. And on top of that, if you have somebody in common with this nigga, he's calling, what's up with her? Either bro gonna be like, bro, like, I mean, or bro gonna be like, nah, she cool people's like, I mean, you like
y'all actually be talking.
Let's speak on the basics. If you like a nigga and a nigga's trying to conversate with you, and you act like you too busy for this nigga, that's playing games. Because you like this nigga, and then the moment that you actually fall for this nigga, start giving the nigga attention, this nigga start treating like you some other bitch. No pun intended, I mean, you some other chick in his DM, you start feeling the way, but realize that you set that standard. Because when he was actually giving you your all, he was acting like, oh, I don't wanna look like I'm thirsty. I don't wanna act like I'm this. But you not realize that you already saying that you set that standard. Bless you. You set that standard for me as a guy.
That's a lot of bullshit. I'm sorry, I was saying
me as being like, I'm trying to talk to you. I'm being rude. There's a lot of things that guys won't say.
Okay.
If I'm being real with you, and I'm saying like, you know what, I realize she's playing games. Oh, she like me, but now she act like she don't know. She's too busy for me. I'm probably calling my home like, bro. In my head, I ain't gonna lie, she done it over. I'm gonna play my cards accordingly to make sure I don't lose out on this. But long term, it's over with.
Can I say two things? So previously we were saying that men see things as too good to be true, women see things as too good to be true. We are both coming in with our own set of experiences. But sometimes I think you guys read that as playing games. So let's go back to the example of having sex. If a woman realized that in the past having sex super quick didn't work for her, like to me that would say she learned a lesson. But I feel like a lot of times men penalize women for learning lessons. So if I'm not with nobody at this point, in the past I might have had sex super quick. I realized that, but I shouldn't have done that. I've grown from that. I want to move forward and do it in a different way. Wait a second. Why is that seen as me playing a game versus me learning from my experience?
Y'all learning the wrong fucking lesson.
What?
You did that for the wrong nigga. That has nothing to do with it.
Wait, so you saying having sex early?
No.
It's better?
If a guy likes you, I'm not saying that. I said you learned the wrong lesson. If a guy likes you, trust me, I've seen a lot of bozos out here. They're willing to do over and beyond for that girl. Regardless whether she has sex today or tomorrow or whatever the case is. That's not the factor. It's based on who you are to that person. Now, you might attach me having sex too early with this guy as a lesson learned. No, you was fucking with a bozo.
So, can I ask a question then? So, are you saying that you feel there's no such thing as having sex too early, like that has no impact on a relationship?
I don't think so. I think women think they're so smart that they miss the actual mark. Other times that like y'all think y'all figured something out, y'all haven't figured shit out. And that's the sad part. And I don't want to say it on because a lot of bro code I'm really breaking right now. Y'all go on social media, says this, and we looking like, okay. And that's the sad part. If a guy really likes you, trust me, there is nothing, even if he's broke as hell, he will make it happen for you. If a guy wants to be with you, whether you're annoying as hell, he'll tell you you're annoying, but he'll still stick it out with you. And I think a lot of times, like, it's not much fault to you women, it's much fault to us, or me as a man, because like we can't be honest a lot of times because we fear repercussions of us being honest.
No.
I think women think that because of what they've seen and what they've experienced with fellas, they're concluding certain things that it's not factual. It's just based on what we're refusing to unveil to you guys. Does that make sense? So I give you an example. The whole sex thing in the first 3 days, girl, if I like you and I want to be with you and we have sex, it's not stopping me from wanting to be with you.
Ladies, y'all heard this, right?
That's
okay, I just want to make sure y'all
me.
heard this.
Now, if you're just somebody you're somebody I just want to crack, that's different. But you're never gonna know that. And I get the other perspective when it comes to women. Like, how do you know when you're giving it to the right person? It sucks for you guys. I get it. But the reality of shit is that does not make it or break it. Now, what makes it or break it is if you're for every nigga you meet.
Too much.
Corey, real quick, can you answer that question? Do you believe that there's a such thing as having sex too early and impacting the dynamic of the relationship?
Depending on what the mentality is going into it. That's why I feel.
But if you gotta answer yes or no.
So what he's trying to say, translation.
No. We don't know.
If I'm going into it, I'm
Yes or no. Yes or no. Yes or
I'm
no.
trying to get to know.
Yes or no.
I'm like, okay, I could wait a little while.
Yes or no.
I'm trying to bust back.
Yes or no. Yes or no.
I'm going in for
He just said what I just said. In Geico.
Yes,
literally in Geico. He just said.
Okay, so 1 second.
We're trying to help you, and y'all trying to stop me from talking and trying to help you. This is the problem with a lot of women.
We're just trying to have a balanced conversation. It feels like
it depends on what we see you at.
70-30.
Corey is a good reflection of where we at towards guys these days. We can't be fully blunt with things, and I respect him for that. I don't know how to do what he does. Does that make sense? I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna give you straight up, like,
you guys gotta hang out more, teaching.
I'm not doing that. Like, if I don't like you like that, I don't like you. Like, I just want to bust a nut. That's just what it is.
So why don't you just say that then? Because I feel like
because I'm not gonna get what I want.
Exactly. So it's contradictory to say that you're a blunt person. You're not. Like, you're blunt when it benefits you.
No, it's not.
And that's wait a second. But this is the problem that a lot of women have with men. Like, you can't say I'm a real person. I'm raw. I'm honest. but I'm only honest when I know that I'm gonna get something out of it. You're not real then.
If you ask me,
you're not real. You're not real in that case. You really gonna be real 100% of the time.
You are mixing two separate things. If a girl asks me, what is this? And I said, I am not looking for nothing from you. That's me blunt I'm blunt as hell at that
point. So you're only honest if somebody asks you?
No. I'm honest when it's needed.
But who determines when it's needed though?
I'm sorry.
If you know that a woman likes you for
you.
No.
Selfish.
But that's selfish.
How's that? Hold on. See, that's corny. Women do that shit and that's corny. Let me tell a woman, you know what? If I'm gonna give you an honest answer, would that change what you're gonna do with me tonight? Nobody wants to answer that honestly.
But that's her decision at that point.
Okay, so it's my decision too then.
What I'm saying is this: if it's, tell me if you would think I would be wrong for this. If I know I don't like a guy, right, but he's willing to wine and dine me, and I'm accepting all these things, knowing good and well I don't like this man. A lot of men would criticize men or women for that because it's like you're using him in that case. I don't feel comfortable with doing that. If I realize that someone's trying to do this and that for me, I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm sorry, I don't like you. The vibe isn't there. I feel like that type of, and I don't want to say integrity, but to me it's integrity. That seems to be missing from what men say. Like, you will generally know that a woman is not the one for you. She's doing X, Y, and Z because she's really interested in you, and you still are gonna take advantage of that knowing you have no intention to commit to her.
But I feel like most men in that situation, if he's not interested in the girl, he's not gonna be consistent. He's not gonna be following up with her. He's not gonna be planning dates. If she continue to come, of course he's gonna take that. That's just the man.
No guys turning out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's just the man. But in a sense, it's up to the woman to be like, okay, he's consistent. He's reaching out to me. He's planning dates, this and that. If we not doing none of that, and you say, yo, let's hang out. Let's do this and that. If he's free, he's gonna take it.
Can I pause? Because you said that we wouldn't know. You said I could want to crack you or I could want to commit, but you won't know. In my head, I would know if you're not consistent. So what did you mean by that? If you're saying a woman wouldn't know, are you saying that you are putting forth the effort as if you are interested to get what you want, or are you being inconsistent?
Women would never know because y'all pay attention to what y'all give a fuck about.
Okay, so
you're pausing me. Hold on. Y'all care about what y'all care about, not what the guy's telling y'all. Y'all focus on about y'all and actually other person. Y'all more concerned about, is he listening to me than y'all listen to each other. Men hold of a higher standard of what women think that they hold to a standard.
Say again?
Men hold of a higher standard of what women think they hold to a standard. For example, I'm dating intentionally. Guys date more intentionally than women do. Women are more willing to overlook things.
I agree with that.
Like when we know what it is and what it's not, that's it. And a lot of times once we make that decision, that's it, we've already made, and our actions is gonna follow suit. If this is a transaction, bro, if this is a transactional thing, you can tell it's a transactional thing, but then you have certain women like, oh, my love language is gift giving and he's giving it. That's not it.
That's the thing though. You can't disregard that. Look
at the person's totality. You worried about what your love language is, not what y'all.
It's both.
And
that's not how it works.
And I get that, but a lot of women are missing that. They're worried about themselves.
I want to say something so bad.
They're worried about themselves and not worried about how both of y'all operate with each other. And that's where a lot of women losing this. Go ahead, bro.
Speaking of love language.
Okay.
Do y'all take into consideration what love language you receive versus what love language you think authentically?
I honestly give a guy the love language test. I'm like, hey, do you know what your love language is? I'm like, oh no, I don't know what it is. Let's take this test really quick. And they'll go, I'm like, oh, you like receiving gifts. Oh, you like acts of services. Like, I'll literally do that with a guy to understand him more.
But
like,
do you authentically can give that?
No,
like,
yes.
If a man love language is receiving gifts, is your top priority?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It may not be Gucci and Prada and shit, but I'm gonna definitely make sure that you are well received with whatever you need to get. Like, I'm gonna spoil you the way how you spoil me.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Your love language thing, right?
Yeah.
Did you figure it out with a woman or did you figure it out by yourself?
A woman introduced it to me.
Thank you. Yeah. My point exactly. Y'all care more about trying to figure us out than actually listen to us.
No.
I'm not done. Stop.
Ooh.
Y'all care more about trying to figure this out than actually understanding us. I respect my pop so much that he said something to me. He said that, like, women love to hear what they already agree with. If it's not what they already have in their mental, it's automatically a red flag to them, or it's like a disregard to them. The only time they want to hear you is something that they already processed in their head that makes sense. Women have this thing where, actually, I don't blame women for this. I blame us fellas for this. we have to shut up a lot of the times because we're the men in the household. And it's created a very disillusional, perspective that y'all are right a lot of the times when y'all are wrong. We have to shut up when we're right. Even when we're wrong, we still gotta shut up. A lot of the times, so how are you able to gauge when y'all are actually right? We gotta shut up because we don't want to sleep on the couch. We want to shut up because we want to eat. We want to shut up because we don't want to fight with you. We want to shut up because we still want buns. We want to shut up because we don't want to come home to a fight and argument and all of that. So how are women able to gauge what's really real and what's not when half the time y'all not ready for the response?
Stop testing us.
What do you mean?
Stop testing us.
Now you're showing women.
Can I just ask this question?
What's up?
Because sometimes I feel like I'm hearing contradictory messages. So you're saying that women don't listen, which means that would mean that men have to communicate for us to listen. But you said previously that a lot of times men don't communicate because they fear the response. So in my experience, men don't communicate very well. So I don't know what, like, if I'm feeling like I have to pull things out from you, it's not always me not listening to you. It's like you just don't feel comfortable with communicating. So I'm trying to ask those probing questions because I think that women, with us being more feminine in nature, we are the ones who are more in tune with things like our emotions, communication. So we help with balancing that within you. Like naturally, women are going to do that more if they're more in tune with their feminine energy. So it's not necessarily saying that we're trying to manipulate or transform things. It's like we're balancing you out because men don't naturally carry.
I wouldn't say that we're trying to balance them out. I'm honestly just trying to figure, like, I'm trying to understand, like, who are you? Like,
I think it's about balancing out.
And it's not even balance. I'm not trying to change who the person is, because if you're trying to balance someone, you're trying to add something that they have on their side. Like, I'm trying to understand who you are
in a relationship. You're supposed to add to the person.
Yes, you're supposed to add.
But do y'all feel like y'all are asking the right questions to men to figure them out?
Oh, so now
y'all doing the test?
Oh my God.
Well, tell us what would be the right questions for us to ask.
Exactly. What?
You gotta think about when you're in the talking stages.
Okay.
Are y'all waiting for the men to hit you all up, or y'all waiting for the men to hit y'all up, good morning and stuff, or you say, hey yo.
No, that's not a question. Stop trying to keep bro code. Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Are y'all asking the men how their day going? What can I do for you to make your day better? Things like that. Are y'all going above and beyond to say, hey,
I've actually never asked a guy, what can I do to make your day better? I've asked how your day is going. No, you need to ask, give us a question.
Tell him.
I'm gonna use my life as an example. I travel a lot. Would I get a lot of, oh my God, you travel a lot, oh my God, I don't want to, oh my God, yeah.
Let's move past that and get to the question.
But that's the problem. You're not listening again.
Oh my God, just
that's the problem again. If you I'm aware I do those things, but I also understand my responsibilities as a man. Mm-hmm. And you spend more time complaining about what's more beneficial to you as you being my spouse than you seeing the bigger picture that I have to look at as my mother, my father, my siblings, your parents, your siblings. Because when shit fails, as the man of the household, I still have to make sure that I am capable of making sure that everybody's taken care of. But y'all more worried about y'all fucking feelings.
Okay, so Paul,
I'm not done. Stop. I'm not bringing it back to me as far as like how much I travel. I understand that I could take a local job. I understand that. I also understand that there comes a certain threshold in my life that I have to settle down. But I will respect the woman that says, you know what, hey, what can I do to make your life a whole lot easier? I understand that you travel a lot. How can I come visit you? What can I do to make sure that you're okay? Because you're worried about everybody that is important to me and you. But most women are like, well, you're not here for me, so I'm here for everybody. Whether you like to admit it or not, I have to be here when your mom calls and there's something going on in your household. As your man, I might not be there physically, but I have to make sure my presence is felt there. Everybody wants this type of guy, and the guy who's take care of that household, but nobody wants to see the responsibilities that it comes with. How can you make my life easier? I just want you to hear me out and just cater to me at this point in time. When you felt like, oh, Jody, they treat you right in the workplace, your manager overlooked you on a promotion, or your nail broke, or your nail tech wasn't there on time, I sat there and listened to it. I sat there and was there for it. When it's real shit that overall like encompasses everybody's emotions, shut up and listen to me. I'm looking for somebody to vent to. I'm looking for my spouse to understand, to have the emotional intelligence to know, yo, what I'm worried about is over with.
It's a lot on my shoulders.
A lot own
a
house.
goddamn shoulder.
And that's the sad part. That's why a lot of women, no offense to everybody, they're still single.
The women that win is the women that understand, like, yo, I need to, you know.
You're thinking about just us. I'm thinking about everybody in our family.
House Mike right
Shit.
There is a big sense of lack of communication. There's so much cross communication between men and women. It sounds like men feel like they're not being heard and women feel like they're not being heard either. And it's like, shit, like sometimes I think that way. Like, wow, I didn't think guys thought this way either. So it's like, guys are, like, you are assuming that women are only being cold-hearted and thinking for themselves. When on the other hand, like, as women, we think that you guys are being cold-hearted too. So I feel like there's this like globe of mass uncommunication between us, and I feel like that's why we're not globally connecting.
My camera is dying. This was such a good conversation, but we're gonna have to close it out here. I think there were definitely interesting insights here. I don't know. I feel like men and women, like you were saying before, I think that we both have shared frustrations, but we express them in different ways because we experience things in different ways. So I think conversations like these are super, super helpful.
It was a wonderful video. Thank you.
Yeah.